Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamundamaya here in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so much for joining me tonight for a Tuesday satsang. And tonight is meditations around chakra number 7, Sahasrara chakra. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements first. So this coming Friday at 7 p.m. Will be a special puja for Bhadrakali for protection and security. I had an insight over this last week. A lot of people seem to be feeling rather vulnerable right now, and I think this would be an ideal puja and meditation to do at this time. So again, 7 p.m. on YouTube on Friday. You're also welcome to join us at our temple at 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. And then next Tuesday will be a continuation of this series. I'm actually going to do a meditation around a combined mantra for both the 7 chakras and also the 5 elements. As mentioned earlier, the first 5 chakras correspond to the 5 elements. And namaste to Bryce, who's joining right now. And I'd like to invite anybody else who's tuning in at this time to also say hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. And namaste to Whisper, who's also joining at this time. So let's go ahead and get into the satsang. Again, I'm going to once again read an excerpt from the Subtle Body and Encyclopedia of Your Energetic Anatomy by Cindy Dale. Wonderful book, which I highly recommend. Sahasrara, the 7th, also known as the crown chakra. Namaste to Larch. Shiva and Shakti, the masculine and feminine, join within Sahasrara to create Brahma, Radhana, with transcendence of both. Within this chakra, the individual personality dissolves into the essence of the all. This is the chakra of 1,000 petals. These petals represent the 50 letters of the Sanskrit alphabet, along with their 20 permutations. The magnitude of these vibrations enhance the 7th chakra's role in governing and coordinating the other chakras. This chakra is unique in many ways. All other chakras feature upward pointing lotuses. In Sahasrara, the lotuses point downward, symbolizing freedom from the mundane and divine reign from its petals, and the divine reigns from its petals. Some yogis actually report that having achieved this chakra, the fontanelle, that is the soft spot atop the head, dampens with the dew of divinity. The Sahasrara chakra was not considered an in-body chakra in the classical Hindu system. Traditionally, it is pictured as lying atop the head. More contemporary systems establish it in the top of the head. No matter which location you prefer, the idea is the same. It represents the space unto itself. Sahasrara creates the 5th kosha, the Anandamaya sheath, which doubles as the causal body. After ascending to the Sahasrara, we shift this sheath and become free from the constraints of the physical realm, as well as the wheel of life, the vehicle that initiates reincarnation. Once released from the causal body, we enter one of the 3 higher planes or koshas beyond the body, the Satyaloka, or the abode of truth. We also achieve samadhi, or the state of bliss and beingness associated with transcendence. This state is associated with the teachings of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita and the 8th branch of Patanjali's classification of yoga. There are many layers of samadhi, the highest involving an identification with the highest states of consciousness, and finally, the individual is absorbed into all. The Sahasrara is considered beyond most symbolic representations. Although the chakra is usually perceived as white, the Sahasrara is considered beyond senses, sense organs, and vital breath. As such, it is often described without a seed syllable, although some sources depict it with an om. So this painting that I'm sharing for as our meditational image, this is a painting I did while I was working on my 200-hour yoga teacher training program. And it shows the 1,000-petaled lotus, the opening of the crown on the top, and also the five of the traditional colors associated with the chakras. To go through some correspondences, meaning of the name, void or dwelling place without support. It also means 1,000-petaled. Its main aspect is spirituality. Its location is of or just atop the head. Its related organs include the upper skull, the cerebral cortex. In some systems, also the pineal gland. The 1,000-petaled lotus also reminds me very much of the cerebral cortex with its many convolutions. The color of the chakra, some systems say white, also seen as violet or gold. There's no associated gross element with this chakra. There's also no subtle element with this chakra. 1,000 petals can also be of rainbow hues. The organ of action is the pineal gland. The cosmic realm or plane is truth. The ruling goddess, ruling god, this is where Shiva joins Shakti. And astrologically, it's associated with the planetary energies of Ketu, the rescending lunar node. This makes it associated with all karmas, moksha, that is liberation, and also self-realization. So that's some basic information on Sahasrara, the crown chakra. I'd like to say a little something about some mineralogical correspondences. Diamonds are associated with this chakra. Of course, how many of us can afford diamonds? So clear quartz is probably the most popular stone associated with this chakra, including from here in this country, the Herkimer diamond from Herkimer County, first discovered in Herkimer County, New York. And this happens to be quartz, but it has some carbon content to it. In fact, I once saw some Herkimer diamonds that were freshly mined and they were covered in pure crude oil. Another mineral associated with the crown chakra is howlite. And howlite is a white colored mineral. And this is one that you frequently see carved into skull beads, like on this mala. Sometimes the howlite, being kind of a porous mineral, are dyed with different colors as well. So let's begin our meditation. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention is the musical note associated with this chakra is the note B. Typically, there is no mantra, silence. And so when we do our meditation, I'll be tolling the bell, which is set in the tone of B, and we'll just be focusing on that sound. But I invite you to look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze and begin breathing deeply. Letting go of the cares and concerns of the day. Those thoughts of the past, those thoughts of the future, any other distractions, just breathe those away with each out breath. And then, as you breathe in an increased sense of relaxation and also the desire to be focused on this present moment. And focusing on the crown of the head. And I invite you to consider if there is some aspect of your life in need of balance or healing or resolution. And if you'd like, I invite you to make a sankalpa for tonight's practice. Letting the work of tonight's practice go toward that need that you have, or maybe the need of somebody close to you. And finally, I'd like to begin by taking just a few more breaths, maybe 10 more breaths. And just allow yourself to focus upon the sound of the inhalation, a slight pause, the sound of the exhalation, and the sound, the silence that takes place in between the in-breath and the out-breath. So I invite you to continue breathing deeply and just focus upon the sounds. A couple more breaths. And then I invite you to slowly close your eyes if they haven't been closed already. And focusing your breath and your attention on the crown of the head. Feel yourself breathing in and out of the crown. And first, allow yourself to notice how easy or maybe not so easy it is to focus on this area. The scalp and the crown can be a place where many of us hold tension. And then just allow yourself to become aware of whatever comes into your realm of awareness as you breathe into the crown of the head. What physical feelings might manifest? And try to notice other things that you might notice, any thoughts or memories or mental images or ideas. And whatever manifests, just allow yourself to observe it from a safe distance. Just let things come. Honor and observe them as they manifest. And then just simply let them drift away and allow for the next thing to manifest. And then I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath. Slowly open your eyes. Looking at the yantra image and the painting. And just look upon this image of Sahasrara Chakra with a relaxed gaze. And continue breathing deeply. And again, just allow yourself to be aware of anything that meditating on this image may invoke for you. And now we're going to begin to continue breathing deeply while we listen to the corresponding note for this chakra. the note B. And again, as you breathe deeply and listen to the tones, just allow yourself to be aware of what comes into your realm of awareness. So I invite you now to take another deep and clearing breath. Allow yourself to meditate in a place of stillness and of silence. And take a moment to tune in with yourself and notice how you might be feeling as a result of these meditations. Just note how differently you might feel from how you were before you began the meditation. And know that you can do this meditation again and again whenever you need, especially if you feel that maybe there's more work that could be done in this area that would be beneficial to you. And I invite you to slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take another deep and clearing breath. And acknowledge that divine presence within yourself, knowing it is there to guide you always. And I invite you to also take a moment and give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice. And slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening, and Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I hope that you enjoyed that this evening. And as always, please feel free to share with me your experiences, either by messaging me on my channel, or you can always email me at omcdavy, AUMCDavy, @gmail.com. And I look forward to you joining me Friday night, 7 p.m., for our meditation and puja on Ma Bhadrakali for safety. Until then, have a wonderful night and a wonderful couple of days ahead. Thank you so much again. That includes CF and Larch and Whisper and Bryce. And CF was asking about yoga. And I think next week, along with doing the mantra practice for the 7 chakras, I think I'll share with you a real gentle yin yoga sequence that corresponds with the chakras as well. So something else to look forward to for next Tuesday. So thank you once again. Till Friday, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di. Blessings and good night.